going once, going twice. Sold to me, because I'm buying it all. We're reviewing the Estates. Hi, Jason from Ellerium Games, and we're back again with another board game review. This time, the Estates, a bid and build game. It is from Simply Complex Games. It is a 2 to 5 player game for 40 minutes. As you can see, I'm looking at this a little bit at the top of the box to see what the information is, because I keep forgetting. But it's a great game. This is one of my favourite games. This is one of the games, not often does it happen that someone plays a game with me and I instantly go out and buy it as soon as I pick this up. Yeah, again, another UK Game Expo 2019 pickup. But this, it cost me full retail. I do not care. This is worth every penny. I've played it with several different groups now, and it's chaotic, and it's cutthroat, and it's fun. I love this game. So that's why we're going to turn around this table and show you how it plays with Christopher behind the camera. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this!
Hi, here we are, set up again. So we're setting up the Estates. As you can see, we've already pre-done the board. The top-down camera will show everything you need to know. You have the 6 corporations that you can claim. We'll explain them a bit later. We have the roofs already set out. We have the permits, the council permit, and the mayor token. There's also the money. As you can see, each one's individual. It's got all the... In fact, we'll show them up here for you. What they've got is each individual one has the Kickstarter backers. Yeah, is that what it is? Backer names?
Kickstarter backer.
Kickstarter backer names, which is pretty cool. You give each player 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 for Christoph. Now, what you don't get in this, in the game there's a mechanic called embezzling, and normally what they suggest is you slide it under the board. And the problem we found with that was it shakes the board too much, you don't know whose is whose. So what we have done, and which another customer of the shop, Eric, well done Eric, thank you very much, is we've decided envelopes is a good idea. So what I've done is I've just taped up some envelopes, left the top sealed, and there's one for Christopher.
You do fit in here, right?
Yeah, they fit perfectly. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, looks nice, yeah? Tidy. So there's my 12, there's Christopher. So we've got an envelope for embezzling. I was going to put a little dollar sign on it, but I didn't have time. So then in here are your building cubes.
Pound sign, man. Come on.
Dollar sign. It's on dollars, isn't this? It's not.
No, it's dollars.
So these are your building cubes. They all have a little pattern. They're different colours, and they've got a number on them. In the game, you draw 24 of these. So I'm going to draw them out, and Christopher's going to lay them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and make sure to lay them out in an order. They go out randomly, so there's no specific order, so you don't have to set them up in a particular order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. 8. 3 rows of 8. You set up 3 rows of 8. So 1 in there, 1 in there, 1 there. That's more than 8 there, Christopher. Where'd you learn to count?
2, 4, 6. Here, I'll just put out what you put out.
Blame me, yeah. So,
yeah, it's all your fault, man.
It's always my fault.
Yeah.
Man.
You're clearing the rules. You're clearing the rules.
Denise, so upset that I'm going to mention her name again. She's so upset we keep using her name. So our friend Denise doesn't like the fact that we keep using her name when we're doing these videos. She keeps telling us not to. But we're going to keep doing it because...
It's her own fault. She doesn't watch.
Yeah, if she watched, she'd know we do it. And then she would tell us off, for real. She only knows that we did it in the last one was because we told her. So we're not telling her now to see how many she actually pays attention to. So yeah, suck it, Denise. We are going to try. I've got some good news. We've got a review copy of a couple of Kickstarters coming in. A couple of Kickstarter games review Let's English that better. We have a couple of review copies of Kickstarter games coming in shortly, which we will do. We hopefully going to get a third person to play with this because a game like this is not too bad, but some games just need that third person. So there's all the games. So we have laid out all the building tiles here, as you can see from the top down. You've got 3 rows of 8, and each building has a number. Now, let's explain this game. This game to explain to somebody this game can be very complicated, especially if I'm a new player. But the best way to do it is explain it as we go and let you see. So on your turn, you will select one item, either one of the cubes, and it must be from the edge of this. Example, if I took this out here, it would have to be the 2, the 6, the 5, the 6, the 1, or the 3. Then you select one cube, you place it in front of you. Or you can select one roof at random. They're numbered 1 to 6, that are 2 of each, or a permit, or the council permit, or the mayor. You select one item, you place it in front of you, and then players basically bid for it. Now, let's example, if I take this one, I'm going to take the 3, I place it here. The player on my left, I say, would you like to place a bid? They can either bid on it, So they bid the minimum or the most they want. And then the player next to them then bids higher than the previous player and all the way back around until it gets back to me. Now, when it gets back to me, I have the choice. I can A, pay that person the money, or B, I can keep it. A, I can keep it and pay them the money, or B, I can sell it to them and get their money. So you'll start with 12 million and you can up and down your money. And that's how you buy and bid. Now, one thing to know at the start of your turn, embezzle. At the start of your turn, you may embezzle $1 million. You slide it in your embezzlement and you just stick it there. And at the end of the game, any money you've embezzled is worth 1 point per million check or card or whatever you'll call them. So me and Chris are going to run through this. Something to know as well, when you buy a building, when you buy any building, permit, mayor, or roof, it must be placed immediately. So I'm going to go first because I am. I'm going to take the yellow 6. So as you can see, the yellow 6 cube there. I'm going to take that and place it there. I'm going to Chris a chance to bid on it. What do you want? 8. Now I've got to quickly math something. Give me 8. So I give this to Chris. So because this is the first yellow building purchase, Christopher takes the yellow company and puts it in front of him. He now owns Golden Realty. And now that it's my turn, I can turn around and tell Christopher, guess what? You forgot to embezzle.
You picked first. You forgot to embezzle.
Bollocks! God damn it. Oh, blasphemy. Alright, whatever.
We'll beat that out, don't worry.
So, one thing to point out is when we play in the shop, we have a rule as long as no money's changed hands, you can still embezzle. It's not ideal, but it does help, or we have a bit of fun with it anyway. Okay, whatever. So now you own the yellow company, your go. So Christopher gets his choice of pick of items. Now, something to note, Christopher placed this on a sand. The reason he placed it on the sand is because no other building could put it on top. The reason is, let's go into this a bit further. When you buy a building, you place it in one of the zones. So at the moment, the 3 zones are this one, all on top. A number can only go on top of another number if it is lower than the number it sees. So I can put a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on top of here. Then whatever cube is on the very top with the roof will be the scoring cube. At the end of the game, you will score each row, and if it has got roofs on every building to complete the street, which is up to the river currently, you will get positive points. If it hasn't got roofs, it's negative points. Roofs? It sounds like hoofs. Roofs. Roofs.
Yeah, roofs.
Permits allow you to extend
There's no V in
or
roof.
decrease the streets. The cancel permit lets you cancel one of these. The mayor, when you place him, is worth double points. So he will double the points on that street whether they are positive or negative, as I've found out. I've played many games where, I think you were like negative 90 points.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
We had a competition so you get the least amount.
I think I got about 60. Chris got like negative points. So yeah, so that's another thing to know. So we'll keep going. So Christopher goes.
Yeah.
I'll give you... Now I can see your money. The one thing we suggest is hiding your money. I'll give you 4 million for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I know Christopher doesn't have it, he can't pay me, so I'm paying Christopher. I take this one, and I'm going to place it. I'm just going to place it on this street, which means I now claim the purple company. This is a first time, by the way. I've never played this 2-player, so this could be interesting. Okay, so it's me to go, is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a roof, because I'm intrigued. That's a 2. So Chris can either bid or he can pass. If he passes, again, if this is multiplayer, everybody passes, the person who chose it gets it for free. How much, Christopher? I know you've got 7 million, so what do you want to spend? Oh shit. Oh bleep.
4.
4? I mean, yes, because you're either going to put it on yours or mine. Gracias. Don't shortchange me, you said 4. Nice try. Always count.
Someone's got to play the cheater. Did he sit here?
Yeah, true. Right, okay, so your turn, yeah. 3. 5. You can't pay that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I remember embezzle. Dirty. See, he's a dirty banker. 3.
One clean bunker.
I now own this, so putting this on top of here would not be beneficial to me because I'm just competing against myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it here to try and complete the street. A street is complete when it has roofs on every one of the tower blocks and up to the river. The permits are what extends it past the river. So theoretically you could play a game where it's just in this zone, but sometimes it does go up this way. So, you picked that, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it's my turn. Oh,
You'll take the green card.
oh yeah, I own the green company. So I now own Heather Equity and Emerald Properties. Who do you own?
Golden Realty.
So there's still Skyline Capital in blue, Collar Investments in grey, and Sienna Securities in red.
It would be worth noticing that the names of some backers are actually on these cards as well.
Pretty cool. So I'm going to go with the grey one because I want to see what your metal's worth.
3.
I mean, 1, 2, 3. That was close. 3. And now I'm going to place this one here, which means I now own 3. I've never had this many properties or companies. It's your turn, dude. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you've embezzled 3 times, I've got 12. It means you've got 9 million over there. I'm going to offer you 1.
Okay.
You're down to 8 million. I'm a mathy boy. I'm a math this game. So as you can see, Christopher's now placing his. He's going to place his one on top of mine. So as long as the number's lower than the current number, you can place it. He's placed his one on top of there. Nothing can go lower than a 1 in this game. So Chris is effectively, he owns this tower block now. So at the end of the game, he will get 1 plus 3. He gets 4 points for that tower block.
Plus whatever.
Plus whatever roof goes up to. Yeah. Unless obviously we don't complete this and it's negative points. So we could see.
Yeah.
So it's my turn, is it?
Yeah.
I'll embezzle before I forget. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna get the blue out. Let's see what we can do with the blue. Did I embezzle there?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. You're not going to try and embezzle twice. 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to place this one on this street. See if you can at home keep up where all the money's going. So it's back and forth quite well. So it's always beneficial to keep the money hidden because you don't realistically want other players. Because normally you play this with 3, 4, 5 players. You alright?
You want to take the card?
Oh yeah. Oh man, I got 4. Oh yeah. So normally you play this with 3, 4, 5 players, and obviously it's harder to track that money. It's easier with there's just 2 of us, but you want to keep an eye on because you can get people to buy things that you want and place them where you want without them realizing it. I'm gonna pass on this one.
Okay.
I thought you might.
2.
I'll take 2. Nice. Your turn. So yeah, I really enjoy this game. It's because it's quite funny. The shortest game I've played in this has been what I think it was like 12 minutes. The longest game has been the full 45, which is good. And even with teaching, you do get around it pretty quick. I'm going to give you 1 million.
Alright, okay.
I just got to give it to me. Nice. 7. I'm just doing some quick maths. And I say quick when I mean slow maths.
Yeah, stop trying goodwill hunting this.
What's 11 plus 5? 16.
16.
16 from 24 is 8. So you should have 8 million, I believe. Right, okay. So I'm going to buy... I'm going to go for... In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a roof. It's a 1. It's a 1 roof. Unlucky. 8 million by any chance?
No.
You've got to be.
How?
Because you've embezzled once more than me. I've embezzled 4. Have I embezzled 4?
Yeah, I'll give you 1. I'll give you 1.
Okay. Yeah, if I've embezzled 4, you've embezzled 5, that's 9 out of 24. That means there's 15. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means you have 7. Now you got 6. What are you picking? God! You put it on top of mine. It's
Yeah.
like a week. Alright, whatever. So this can technically just boop in now because it's pretty much there.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I gave 2.
Okay.
Oh, you actually don't know. Christopher's block there.
See what you've done.
Peacock Dreams. Peacock Dreams. Mighty Bush. We're watching a lot of Mighty Bush.
Alright.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we better slide one of these cheeky
You
advisors.
haven't got those down your kicks, have you?
Yeah, they're just sitting on my lap.
Alright, that's fine.
Damn my kicks. I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have your 6. What do you want for it? I can hear you squeak at the money under the table.
6.
Deal. There's only 2 places that could go. So what I've done there is I've basically convinced Chris to pay lots of money for that. It can either go here or here. There's nowhere else for it to go. And I would have to place it there anyway. He could get that for free. I have all the monies. I mean, realistically, you want to put it on here so no one can go on top of it. Because no one can build on top of a sandbar.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
I got a plan.
Okay, you plan away. I think we're going to run out of money, by the way.
Probably.
The game ends when when 2 streets are complete with all roofs on them, or there are no blocks and no roofs left to place. So I'm going to try and speed this into. There's a roof 5.
1.
I'm going to have that. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to go try for a roof.
2. Ah, crap! Embezzle.
Gareth, you forgot to embezzle last time.
No, I got it. I got it right at the start.
I did.
Pretty sure I did. 1, 2, 3.
So what's your bid?
1. I've got to think where I'm going to put it. I mean, at this point, I'm willing to just take some minor points here. Some cool points. Oh, stay on the building. So as you can see, we're just basically building tower blocks. I'm going to do something. It's my turn, is it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bezel. Just make sure that money goes in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a permit to show you how they work. I'm going to take the 1 permit. No. I'm going to take the 2 permit. So there's the 2 permit. Now, for I wouldn't normally go for this item, but for the purpose of the game, I'm taking it to display how it works.
3.
Yep. So if Christopher had bid more than I have, I'd have to let him have it. So there's 3. I'm going to place this on this street here. So what happens is I can reduce it by 2 lots. So there's 1, there's 2. Now, if Christopher or I were to purchase the 3 or the 1, we could use it to re-extend this. So say I got the 3 in the next round, I could take this back 3, so 1, 2, 3, and they both sit there like that. But at the moment, it's going to sit like that. You could choose not to use them. You can choose to discard them as well. You don't have to use them. And if you use the X, this is cancel the permit, you can basically just cancel it and it removes it out of the game and the street goes back to the river. So I'm going to do that at the moment. So, your turn, sir. Interesting. The problem I have here, I'm going to have to say 0.
So pass.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Because it can only go one place.
Yeah, no.
No, it can't go on. Are you going to go in there?
Yeah.
Why would you go on top of your own building? I guess more points. Meh. I'm going to go for that one.
Yeah, pass.
Thanks for the points.
Bollocks.
Like, how did you not see that?
I don't know. Carl, because you
Forgot to embezzle!
Yeah.
So this is one of the things I always forget is embezzling, and everybody forgets it's a weird mechanic. It almost feels like there should be a 1-player token passed around the table so that you can remember to embezzle. That's the one thing I feel is missing from the game. What are you gonna pick? Riff.
Yeah.
Riff. Ooh. 2 million. You count your 5.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta give it me. Nice. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna take a roof. It's a 5. Oofed. Do you want it to be your 5 or my 5?
2.
Deal. And I know you're broke.
You forgot to embezzle again.
Ah. Kick a basket in the teeth. Honestly. Oh, that's the worst. Right, okay. Your turn. Guess I get what I want. Yeah. So at this point, Christopher has no money, so he can't. If I bid anything, he has to give it to me. Whereas if I pass, he gets it for free. So that's one of the things to note. Even if you have no money, if everybody passes, you still place it for free. I mean, that can go but one place. So I'm gonna pass. Put my building there. My turn. We're gonna get. I think we're actually gonna get a point where
We've run out of money.
we're just gonna pass back and forth.
Yeah.
So I guess because you made embezzle, it becomes more willing not to embezzle. I think I'm going to take another roof. Like it's mine. Oh, that's so kind of you. Well, I'm going to put some more points on here. Your turn. Ooh. I'll give you one free. One. Oh, hang on, actually. Oh, here. What's under there? It's a 5. That's negative 8 points. I could extend this street for fun. I'm going to discard it. So this gets put back in the box. I ain't using it. I just paid you for nothing then.
Yeah.
I could have let you. It's alright. And I forgot to. No, you picked that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to embezzle one more time just because I think that means I've now embezzled more than you have. So I've got some secure points. These are all positive points in the game. I'm going to pick the mayor. And because I know you got 1 million, bid what you want.
Pass.
Mine. Now, if I place this on a street and it's no longer completed, it's negative points. If I place it on a street that is completed, it's positive points. In fact, it's double the points, sorry. So it doubles. So I'm going to place him there. Your turn, Captain. Ooh, gonna cancel it. Sure, do your worst. You're actually gonna cancel it. So Christopher's using the cancel permit, so that removes that from the game. 6.
Pass.
Mine?
Yeah.
And I know I'm not embezzled because I'm choosing not to embezzle. Oh, look at that tower block. Sweet. Your turn. So this is interesting. This is weird 2-player. So this is the first time I played 2-player. And I always find it in a multiplayer there's more to it.
Yeah.
This has definitely kind of become a bit of a, almost like tennis, like back and forth. So you got 2 options where you're going to place that. I'm going to let you have that one. I'll be kind. You can put that in the sand. Can I put it in the sand? Ooh. Oh, I'd be rude not to take my own. Oh, 1. Oh, I'm going to take my 1.
Cheers.
I'm going to mess you up on that one.
It's fine. I'm going to take that one.
I'm going to give you 2. So I want to see what you do with it. What you do. And place that in the end. I'm now going to take the 6.
Cheers.
Nice. I'm just going to place it in there. Ah, you're just going to embezzle it.
Right, I'm going to take that.
Huh. Nothing. Right, okay. Okay. So because you're trying to embezzle me at this point, I'm going to embezzle. I'm going to take a 6. This is really strange 2-player. I think I like this 2-player, but I don't know.
That's yours. I can only go one place.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for that.
Good man. Roofs. That's all we got. Well, you could extend it to be a total douchebag, or you could get some buildings or roofs.
Yes.
I'm not going to pay for that, so it's yours. Extend that one, okay. Right, well, embezzle one more time, and I'm going to get a roof.
Cheers.
It's going straight in there. So, I placed the last roof. That's 2 complete streets up to the river. This one is an incomplete street because it's extended. And that begins the scoring round. So, because neither of us are very good at maths, Christopher's going to get his phone from behind the camera, and we're going to score up the game. So, now that we've finished, we're now going to go to the scoring rounds. and we're going to score Christopher's. We're going to score Christopher's first. So, Christopher, you get negative. So because
Well, do the positive.
oh yeah, so we'll do the positive stuff. So Christopher gets 8 points here, but because the mayor's there, it's doubled, so that's 16. I get. Oh, we're doing Christopher's ones, aren't we? So what's your next one? You've got 3, 4, 9, 18. Then you have this. So this has a roof that's still positive points. So you have 4, 5, 6.
Incomplete streets. So
It's still positive points, I believe. We're going to do a rules check quickly. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, that was the weird thing in the game, that you still get... using the cancel cube. Scoring. All buildings in completed rows score positives, while buildings in incomplete rows score on. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, so it is negative. So Christopher gets -4, -6, -10 on that one, so -10. And then he doesn't win it, so that's Christopher. So you get -10, and then he's going to count up as embezzled money. Make sure there wasn't a sneaky one in there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 plus 12.
So I'm on 36.
Okay. Right. Let's see the real score, sir. Right, so we'll go with positives first. So that's yours. So this one is 5, 8, 10, 15, so it's 30 points. Then I have this one, which is 10 points.
Yeah.
Then this one, which is 2 points. That's a nice modest 2 points. Then we're going to throw a cheeky 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 points on top of that. And then we're going to throw another 7 points on top, followed by 12 points. Now, we're going to take off 8 points. Take off 6 points. Take off 5 points. And then we're going to add on.
You've won.
I want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 11. So I got 67 to your
36.
That's not bad. So that's the first time I've seen it go into the major positives. It's normally very close to the 0 round, so that's a bit unusual. So what I'll do is we'll wrap this up and we'll give you my final thoughts.
So that was The Estates. As you saw, me and Chris played it. My very first 2-player version. I've played it a lot of times 3, 4, and 5-player. I must say 2-player is very off-putting because me and Chris both discussed that at one point in the game it was clear and pretty set in stone that I was going to powerhouse ahead of him. Also 12 million, I think there must be a variation where you can, we looked in the rulebook, there isn't, where maybe you start with maybe 15 or 20 million, so the money keeps back and forth, because if you embezzle every turn, after the first 12 turns, that's it, it's done. You're just then going, your go, your go, your go, your go, and you just decide who's, you're then just tactically, you're picking things for a tactical reason. So I would recommend not ideal 2-player, to be honest. I would go 3-player or higher. So it says 2 to 5, 3 to 5. You need that extra edge of the wild card almost, where you're not sure where the other person's going to go. Because there was times, as you saw, where I just let Chris do stuff. Chris just let me do stuff because it was the way it was going to go. Other than that, it's still a fantastic game. I still love this game. I will play it more and more. I always play this 2, 3-player. Play this 3, 4, 5-player. Probably won't play 2-player much. Might try again with a wife because she's new to the game, whereas obviously Christopher knew the game, so it was a bit easier for him. See if maybe a new player has that less knowledge, more play kind of on a 2-player, so that if other persons were to play 2-player, I could advise them on it. But yeah, The Estates cost you about £40. Great game from Simply Complex. What more can be said? Enjoy.